Hello, conscious investor, and welcome back. I'm your host, Julie Hawley. For over 4 years, I've paired my background in real estate investing, education, and coaching to create powerful content for you each week. This podcast is where we take a holistic approach to investing by focusing on 3 ingredients to a life of personal freedom: health, mindset, and wealth. We'll talk about everything from passive investing through syndication and how to use your retirement accounts to boost your investing, to mineral balancing and gut-brain health, and into topics that cultivate your inner strength and resilience so you can thrive regardless of any of life's current events. And yes, those are all episodes currently available and linked in the show notes below. Join me each Monday for a mindset episode and later in the week for an interview with expert investors and health professionals so that you can experience your greatest health, strongest mindset, and build the wisest wealth. Welcome back, or welcome to the Conscious Investor Podcast. I am so excited about our topic today: 3 reasons you can't afford to wait. Ooh, Conscious Investor, when we live life with a level of clarity and necessity, it unlocks this energy in our life, and that necessity just allows us to flourish in such extraordinary ways. I'm excited to dive into this topic, and I want to just give you a nugget beforehand. At the end, because we want to dive into this, and I know sometimes I can get long at the beginning, so I'm trying to shift that. At the end, I have some such way cool things, such amazing opportunities to share with you, opportunities that will support this and things we've been talking about on past episodes. So I just want to encourage you, listen to the end so that you don't miss out. Space is limited on one of these opportunities to 12 people, and we are going to be starting right around the corner in September. So you don't want to miss out. But let's go ahead and talk. And I know that seems like, oh, Julie, you just created this 3 reasons you can't wait because you have all these cool things. No, this is something that's near and dear to my heart. In fact, I will share with you this story, because Conscious Investor, we're close, we know each other. So I'm gonna share this with you. And that is that Super Red Steve has delayed. I'm trying to step away from that word procrastinated. Because procrastination has a lot of connotations. He has delayed launching his own podcast and delayed some things that he really wants to do in the world. And I've encouraged him over the years that we don't have time to wait. And the world needs this and needs you to step into this part of your life. It's imperative. And so these reasons why we can't wait, they apply to every part of our life. It applies to our health. It applies to our interior development. It applies to our investing. Like, if we are waiting to take care of our health, who knows where we're going to be? Because it's harder to stay in shape when you're in your middle years of life than when you're 20. But those habits that we establish in our 20s definitely make it easier to stay in life, right? If I chose to wait to be in health until my middle years of life, it would be a different story. Because I chose a lifestyle, and I didn't wait to prioritize my health, it's been a lot easier, right? When we think about our personal development, good golly, if I could have a redo on my kids' early years of life, if I knew then what I know now, I would have been a very different mom. And yeah, I do have some regrets. I've spoken about that before. And so we want to develop ourselves internally because we don't want to look back and say, oh my gosh, I wish I shoulda, woulda, coulda. And so if we're regularly engaged in our personal development, then we're going to be able to have far fewer of those moments. And with our investing, oh good golly, you cannot grow money sitting on the sidelines. Over the years, I've heard it all. During the pandemic, I'm going to wait. After the pandemic, I'm going to wait. Right now, I'm going to wait. And people always have their reasons because they have a belief, oh, the market's going to change. This is going to change. prices are going to come down, interest rates are going to come down, like whatever. There's always a reason that people want to delay and wait on investing. And guess who gets ahead? The people that are investing consistently over time. So it's really like waiting generally is something we have to really hold ourselves accountable and say, why am I waiting? That's basically an entirely different podcast episode that I have not created yet. But you could do some of that inner work and let me know, and just let me know reasons why you wait on things, and if they're helpful or if they hinder what you're doing. But here are the top 3 reasons I've concluded that we absolutely cannot wait. 1, everything has an expiration date. Even I know, I'm sorry, I know I have a bottle of water and I don't like that I have bottled waters, but this one even says like, yes, I am holding it away. If you're watching on YouTube, I have to hold it away a little bit. Best if used by August of 2025. So even this bottle of water has an expiration date on it. Other things that have an expiration date on it, you and I, we have expiration dates. The moment we were born, we were also given an expiration date. It shouldn't be feared and it shouldn't be a horrible thing. It's a fact, it's how it is. And if we understand that, then we can say, well, I don't want to take today for granted. I don't know how many days I have. And so today isn't something that I can just waste away. It's an important day. I can't delay and wait on what is urgent and important in my heart. This also reminds me, recently I was speaking with a friend of mine, and this friend, I would affectionately say, is literally in the top 1% of the 1% when it comes to designing designing tents, and used to work at a very well-known company, and has been creating, like, has his own proprietary technology and has been working on this project for a long time. And in this conversation that he and I recently had to review, and this is a lifelong friend I used to climb with, like so many fun memories. And I just adore this friend, and the genius of his mind and what he's able to create. But I encouraged him, don't wait to get this to the marketplace. Don't wait. The world needs this. But here's another reason why, is that things can become, I said, technology changes. You've created this amazing proprietary technology in such this niche industry. Um, but if it doesn't go to market, like, it could be overshadowed by someone or something else. And it's possible, as amazing as it is, that it might become antiquated. We don't know what's coming in the future. So if we have something right now that is current and relevant and going to serve people's needs, we need to take action on that. We cannot wait and delay. So remember, everything has an expiration date. Go into your pantry, you will see the expiration dates. You could even go into technologies. Look at Kodak. Kodak wrote out their own expiration date without even knowing it, just by their unwillingness to be adaptable to things. So remember, operate, do not delay. We cannot afford to wait. There are expiration dates involved. The second reason we cannot afford to wait is that what we do or don't do, our choices of today, are literally writing the future of tomorrow and tomorrow's tomorrow, right? So we cannot afford to wait, because today's decision impacts and influences the other outcomes yet to come. Think about this. If I was traveling the world in my early 20s, that would be very different than traveling the world when I'm in my 80s. A lot of people will put off and procrastinate. They will delay, they will delay traveling until, well, we're going to wait, we're going to build our career, we're going to go through these particular steps, and then we're going to travel and experience the world. And then you have some younger people that will choose to go and travel the world in their early 20s. That influence of being able to see the world, to see other cultures, to engage with other people and other ideas impacts your life forever. It impacts your understanding of how things work forever. Now, I'm not saying there's a right way or a wrong way about this. It's a very easy way to say, okay, well, we could build out a career, or we could start our entire life with having some experiences that shape and form our perception and understanding of the world around us. Both of those tracks are going to influence how we then see and engage the world around us. And so we know that what we do or what we don't do is going to change our knowledge and understanding of the world around us. And so we don't want to wait. When we do that, in this particular area, we are saying we could have more or less opportunity for us in our lives. So if we invest today in strong, great investments, then they're going to grow. And that opens up a different investment opportunity for the future because we'll have more to invest with. If we are cultivating our interior space through personal development and such, now, then it's going to shape who we become in the future. I know you're probably getting tired of me talking about this, conscious investor. So I apologize. But I just hired a new mentor in my life because I didn't want to wait and delay. I know that there's something in me that wants to come out, and I don't want to wait on that. And in fact, it would be crazy. And my mentor actually said this. He said, could you imagine if you waited until you were 60 to do this? How much, in some ways, it may be easier to carry this whole element into the world. And in other ways, it would be more complicated and challenging because who I am at 60 is going to be very different. I don't know what my physical being will be like. I don't know. As much as I try, things happen. Car accidents happens, trees fall on people's heads. Yeah, that happened to somebody in my area recently. And so lots of things can happen that are very far outside of our control. And so who we become, we don't want to wait and delay because we don't know what those changes are going to create in our life. They will create more or less opportunity. So what are you delaying on? What are you sitting on right now that you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't want to do this. Weigh it out. Figure it out. Decide and take that massive action. The third reason that we don't want to delay, we don't want to wait, is that our confidence comes from within. If you are looking for your confidence from people outside of you, if you're looking for confidence to come, and I'm going to harp on this. A lot of times, people who are looking for confidence from the exterior world are also the same people who refuse to receive the compliments and such from the outside world. It's like it's this weird paradigm that I've noticed. So just be aware of that. But if we want to be confident in our life, and if we want to be able to take those bold steps of confidence, then we can't wait on taking action with what is in front of us. And here's the reason. When we don't take action, we lose trust in ourselves. We erode ourselves from the inside out, and our confidence just starts shrinking away. It will literally evaporate like a puddle after a hot summer rain. It will vaporize so quickly and evaporate. So we want to make sure that we are cultivating that internal confidence, because that's the confidence that that leads to massive success in the life that I know you and I both want. And so even when something turns out differently than we planned or imagined or expected, we're still closer to our greater outcome in life. And in that process, we're also getting more self-trust, like, oh, I did show up. I was able to see this through. I can do hard things. I can adapt when something doesn't work out exactly as I want it to work out. And so we learn more about ourselves. Okay. Conscious master, you can't wait. You don't have time to wait. Now, I don't mean to be the whole downer or anything like that, but I realized if I were to recently, that if I were to be, as I affectionately call it, permanently relocated to heaven. So if I were to die, if I were to expire right now, or sorry, at the same age as my dad, I have 22 and a half years left of living. That's not long. Like, I don't have time to wait. Now, I have no idea. I could pass away sooner, I could pass away later, or anything like that. Anything can happen. But that context of we take it for granted and we can't. Now, this is why I created the Passage to 2025 coaching experience. Okay. And this is why I promise you I didn't create this "You Can't Afford to Wait" episode just to tell you about this, but it really dovetails beautifully together. The Passage to 2025 program, I've launched this program. It's available to 12, and it's available to 12 people who want to work with me for the next 5 months: September, October, November, December, January. Those months, they are a gauntlet. I know that we just wrapped up summer, and so if you have kids, that's its own little gauntlet to walk. But now we're going to step into, yeah, maybe September and October, start out with more structure and a little more rhythm. But man, by the end of October, we hop into holiday season, and Q4 just seems to turn into a show of festivities and lots of opportunities for distraction, and distraction that you cannot afford, conscious investor. You have amazing things to contribute in this world. And so you don't want to wait. Now, most people get distracted during the last part of the year. And so what happens is that this is what Ed Milet calls separation season. This is your opportunity to really not just get a little bit ahead in your life and maybe even in your business with the competition you might face, but this is your chance to do cartwheels around everyone and everything else, because you are going to be focused, and you're going to be able to see the path. And when we enter into 2025, this is not just a okay, let's sit down and let's start talking, let's reflect on 2024, because it's January, that's what we got to do, and we're going to reflect on 2024, and we're going to set some goals for this year. When 2025 hits, we don't have time for that. We need to hit the ground running, and not in a hustle culture running sort of way. And so that's where we're differentiating. Passage of 2025 is really about having presence, having clarity. What do I take off my plate so that I can be fully present for the people that are most important to me, and for the projects that are dear to my heart, my purpose, my calling, right? This is extremely intentional. I'll be doing group coaching, hour and a half group coaching. We're going to have a private community that is off of the social platforms. Hooray! No more advertisements and sponsors and such. And then we're also going to have weekly accountability that is fun. I know accountability and fun doesn't sound good. And you also know my sentiments on outside accountability. So I do have a little bit of it's kind of like cold plunges. Like, I understand it's helpful, I understand the benefits, but I also really want to support you in becoming inside out, accountable from the inside out. So we will be accomplishing that 5 short months. You cannot afford to not participate in Passage to 2025. The caliber of people in the program, which is only going to be maxing at 12 at most. There are 9 slots available at this time. So you want to make sure you get one of those last 9 slots before they are gone, because this is going to be a group of people that, a year from now, 3, 5, 10 years from now, this group is going to look back on Passage of 2025 and say, that's when it all began. That's when I stopped waiting. And that's when all the magic happened and the breakthroughs happened. And when all of what I could see in my mind became the reality of my life. Yeah, that's a bold statement, but I'm telling you, it's going to be so powerful. If you are interested in being one of the members of Passage of 2025, then you want to shoot an email to julie@julieholly.com, Julie. So Julie@julieholly. Holly is HOLLY.com. Subject line, Passage of 2025. We'll hop on a call. Make sure you're a great fit. I know you are a conscious investor, so don't be intimidated by that. But I am curating a group, and I want to make sure you understand and are committed, and that we're both like equally excited, and that's a great fit for all of us. So do not wait to join Passage of 2025. I appreciate you, conscious investor. Until next time, cheers to your health, your mindset, and your wealth.